Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 and a brand new experiment where we take a look at what would happen if Gibraltar had the perfect team of players. So if we head straight over to the nation of Gibraltar, you can see that at the moment they are 205th in the world ranking. I think that might actually be joint bottom. If we scroll all the way down, they are indeed joint bottom with all of the rest of the teams down here like Djibouti, Zanzibar, Martinique, loads and loads of small islands or small nations all grouped together at the bottom of the football pyramid. But if we have a look at their under-19s, actually they aren't even in their national team yet, so we can't even really look at them. You can see here their current squad, their most valuable player is Scott Wiseman from Chesterfield, who's 31 years old. Not too much going on for him. But what I've done is put all of the players in the same club so that we can track their progress and hopefully see if they stay with them. And the team that we've picked is Coventry City, who've had a pretty tough time of it since leaving the Premier League in 2000-2001. Got relegated again in 11-12 and relegated again last season, so they're now all the way down in League 2, a really huge fall from grace for the team, despite the Rico Arena, or maybe because of the Rico Arena and all of the problems around that. So if we look at their playing squad, you can see there's not too much going on here. But in their under-18s, they've got some of the best players in the world. You can see them all marked as Gibraltarian. So you've got Morgan Crowther, a striker there, 20s across the board. Lautaro, also there. Fixter, also there. Now, I know that a lot of those 20 stats are going to drop down and even out across. It won't be the same across every position, and I think that's probably okay, to be honest, because I know that we could make the best striker, the best goalkeeper, best defender, all of that. I mean, the goalkeepers will be the best goalkeepers. That won't change because they're all goalkeeping stats. But I just want to see kind of which players become the best in the world, which ones are winning the Ballon d'Or. If every position is pretty much identical, which they will be, which ones are the ones recognised? Because I have a feeling it's just going to be the strikers. So maybe let me know. I've done a flat 4-4-2 kind of makeup of the team. So that will be the way that they do play going forward. Well, actually, there's an attacking midfield left there, so more of an attacking 4-4-2. But let me know in the comments how you think these players are going to do and which one or which position you think is going to win the Ballon d'Or the most. And also let me know how far you think Gibraltar will go. These players are going to stay as Gibraltarian, but they're going to move around different clubs. So we'll have a look at their individual success over a period of time as well. But let me know in the comments how you think this is going to play out and how many, if any, World Cups you think Gibraltar might actually win. But what we're going to do today is go forward one season and then a second season and have a look at how the players have done and if they've been called up to the national side, and if so, how Gibraltar are performing. Well, we are now 1 year into the future, and if we go and have a look at Coventry City, you can see they have been promoted from Sky Bet League 2. So first time of asking, they've managed to get themselves up. But there's not too many Gibraltarians left in the team, just the one actually, Ross McMahon, or McMahon, still at the club. If we look at his history and career stats, you can see he got a 7.19 rating, not bad for a centre-back, and seems to be doing quite well. I like that they've got Shay Given in charge as well, that's quite funny. We will need to have a look at their transfer history though, if we want to see where their players have gone. You can see a couple of them, or at least one of the Gibraltarians has gone, but most of them went this season, raising a huge amount of money for the club. £131 million. You had Sean Green go to Arsenal, Aaron Whitmore to Spurs, Liverpool cleaning up, signing 3 players, Chelsea and City in there, Barcelona in there, Man United in there as well. And I think that's all of the big Gibraltarian players. You can see Dylan Fixton now at Barcelona and playing quite well for them, I would imagine. If we look at his career stats, he is indeed doing well. He did very well for them in League 2. It looks like most of these players did get almost a full season, at least half the season, and set Coventry up to actually win the Sky Bet League 2. And if we have a look at last season, then we can see they did win the league by a huge margin in the end. 20 points in it at the end there. They lost 2 games. I imagine their fixture list probably looks quite impressive. If we have a look at their senior squad, and then, their senior squad schedule, and then drop back a season, you can see it's almost certainly going to be straight greens across the bottom, which it is. Lots of victories. They didn't concede a goal until they played Norwich in the Carabao Cup. They didn't concede a goal in the league for ages. When did they concede a goal in the league? here. It took them until the 21st of November to just concede a goal, winning every game up to even into January. At what point did they stop winning in the league? This is the first time they failed. It was the 3rd of February, so all of the players must have left right at the end of the January transfer window, and that's when they suffered a little bit. But despite losing pretty much all of their players, they still kept on winning right to the last. So doing well, and all that money that they brought in will help Coventry. So we'll check back in on them in the future. Right now I want to have a quick look at Gibraltar and look at their national team squad. Now, I imagine they've all been called up now, which is an easy way to kind of track how the players are doing. So the 2 strikers, one at City and one at United, that'll be fascinating to see how that plays out. You've got Liam Walker at Notts County, not one of the Gibraltarian players that we fixed up. Dylan Fixter's there, Sean Green there, the 2 central midfielders, the left back, centre back. No right back. I'm not sure where the right back is. Is he in any of the teams? No, the right back is not in any of the teams, which is interesting. Who is the Coventry right back? How have we not got him into the senior squad? We've got Ross McMahon, who has been playing for Gibraltar, 7 caps. So who has not been signed? Well, it looks like it's Josh Eccles, the right back, who has not been signed. Is he definitely not in the senior squad team? He's currently playing for Chelsea. He's not been called up to the senior squad. I don't know why that's the case, unless he's injured, because he does have 3 caps for them. He must have missed... Oh, he's got a ban. That's in the Europa Cup. I really don't understand why he's not in the national side. He has had 3 caps for them, though, so there's no problem there. But still, lots of them now called up to their national team, which is quite good. And if we look at the senior squad schedule for Gibraltar as well, and drop back a year, you can see it started off as you would expect it to, 2 massive defeats, and then suddenly they paid Greece, called up all these youngsters. You got Fixter there, White and Morgan, getting the goals, a 74th minute winner for Gibraltar away from home in Greece. And then they won their first game at home, 2-1 over Cyprus. Burrows and Gibraltar again getting a late goal to help them out in their World Cup qualifying campaign. But then big defeats followed to Belgium and Bosnia-Herzegovina, with defeats in friendlies only just to Kazakhstan though. And if we look at this group that they were in, and see how they did overall. Obviously the qualifying campaign is now over, and they did unfortunately finish bottom of their group, but their world ranking has increased to 119th. I imagine when they get a couple more wins under their belt, that will rise a lot quicker. And you can see in 2018 they've already got off to a good start with wins over Andorra and Luxembourg, 2 other minnows. But Azerbaijan, Latvia and Kosovo in their European League division group, which will be interesting because they should win all of those games quite quickly, and that will get them promoted up through the groups, hopefully eventually into Group 1 as well. And no other fixtures yet lined up for them. But if we have a look at that senior squad again, and then look at the success of some of these players, we might actually be better off just looking at who won the Premier League. If we do that, go to the Premier League, the current holders are Manchester United, so only one of the side will have won this. If we can pick him out here, he is there, Morgan Crowther, currently lined up as their central striker. His history for United, signed for them very early on in the year for just £7 million, absolute steal, 18 goals in 54 games, doing very well there. None of them will have won the Ballon d'Or just yet because they haven't been playing senior football for a while, and we will look at them in more detail as we go forward. But let's go forward another year now to stop this video going on too long and see how they've done. Well, we are a year in the future, and you can see Coventry got relegated yet again. I don't think they've got any Gibraltarian players left now. They have all left. They only have the one centre-back remaining, and it looks like he has also gone to Liverpool. That's the goalkeeper, actually. Where is the centre-back, and where has he gone? He's gone to PSG on a free transfer. How did they get away with that? I did extend all of their contracts to the end of a 5-year period with an extension for promotion, so I don't understand how he's moved to PSG on a free, but somehow he has, which is quite good for him. He moved at the start of this season, hasn't actually done that well for them, just a 6.99, but I imagine he has won the league with PSG, although the current title holder is Monaco, so he didn't actually win the league in his first season, which is quite disappointing. But if we have a look at the Gibraltarian national side, now that we don't have Coventry to use as a central point for seeing how the players are doing. But we can see they are top of their group, and if we look at their senior squad schedule, go back a year, and they did win every single game. 4-0 over Azerbaijan, 4-0 over Latvia, 3-0 over Kosovo. They haven't conceded a goal because they've got that perfect team now playing on a regular basis for them, and that's extended into their European Championship campaign, where they're winning every game by quite a big margin. 3-2 over Ukraine away from home, and 5-0 over Andorra. They've got big matches with Portugal still to play, but at the moment I'd imagine they're at the top of their group. If we go down to Group E, you can see them there, level on goal difference with Portugal. It's going to be interesting to see who does win out there, but at the moment it looks like Gibraltar benefiting massively, now joint 65th in the world, because of the great players that they've got. If we look at their national team senior squad, then we can see where all of these players now are. You've got the Liverpool goalkeeper, Chelsea right back, PSG centre back, Liverpool centre back, and then a couple of players who aren't big names, including one for Ipswich. Spurs left back, couple of Liverpool central midfielders. They must be running the Premier League at the moment with 4 of the best players in the world there. Sean Green for Arsenal, Fixter for Barcelona, and then the City and United forwards. But we have to take a look at Liverpool, who still have not managed to win the Premier League somehow, despite having some of the best players in the world in their squad. They have not managed to do it. They've still got Mignolet there, but Bilson should realistically be their number one keeper. And you can see, obviously, he signed at the start of last season. And he's kept 22 clean sheets. Excellent rating for a goalkeeper as well. If we look at his milestones and his biography, has he won anything? He's won the Checkatrade Trophy with Coventry and the Sky Bet League 2, but he hasn't won anything with Liverpool yet, other than some personal honours. So Liverpool not making the most of all the great players that they've got in their squad. If we do have a look at the Premier League and the current winners, it is Manchester United who are the current holders, which means that their striker that they've got must be doing absolutely brilliantly for them. Crowther, now valued at £65 million, a 19-year-old. If we look at his career stats, did very well in his first season, getting 18 goals, and he got 18 in the second. It's not an absolutely brilliant return, it has to be said, but you can see that he has won the Community Shield, the Champions League with Manchester United, and the Premier League twice. So of all of the players, he is undoubtedly the most successful so far. But Spurs actually won the Champions League the year before, and I think they do have one of the Gibraltarians in their team. They've got the left back there in their side, Aaron Whitmore. And if we have a look at his milestones and biography, you can see he's won the European Super Cup, Champions League and Club World Cup with Spurs. Not a bad thing to have done whatsoever, and he could have some success next summer at the European Championships with Gibraltar as well. So plenty of the players doing well at the moment. If we have a look at Barcelona, because they do have one of the Gibraltarians in their team, playing as a left winger, valued at £58 million. If we look at his career stats, he's been doing very well. Excellent second season, 21 goals, 8 assists, not a bad return, probably the best one we've seen so far. You can see he's won the Spanish Cup and La Liga twice. He's also won the European Golden Boy Award, which is something we're going to keep an eye on over the next few years. It's the first time a Gibraltarian player has won it. So he is currently leading the way in terms of the best players. The best player in Europe, Cristiano Ronaldo, is still dominating that. Thiago there. Golden Shoe, currently with somebody from Colne. Maybe somebody should snap him up in your save if you haven't already. But if we have a look at the Golden Ball and just make sure that none of them have won this yet, you can see it's not going to any of them at the moment. None of them even in the top 3. It's currently still Ronaldo, Suarez and Neymar. No sign of Messi in there at the moment though. But eventually they will get on there. At the moment it'll be this European Golden Boy Award that we'll have to keep an eye on, because we want to see, out of this golden generation of Gibraltar players, which one is going to become the undisputed best. At the moment, the left winger is taking it because this is based on goals and assists. I know the rating plays a big part, but as a defender, you're not going to get those key stats that get you the higher rating. So it'll be interesting to see if any other positions win these awards. But maybe you can let me know what you think down in the comments. Drop a like on this video if you enjoy the idea behind this experiment. Make sure to subscribe as well. The new part will be out in 2 days' time. You can also check out the website, Twitter and Patreon using the links in the description. But until next time, see ya.